The subterranean furnace, unveiling the 90-kilometer sea of fire. The hook. Imagine the ground beneath a silent, unsuspecting city suddenly trembling, not from a simple tectonic shift, but from the raw, liquid heat of 1,000 suns trapped in stone. Deep within the crust, a massive rift begins to groan under the weight of billions of tons of molten rock. The pressure is so immense that the very foundations of the continent start to warp. This is not a scene from a disaster movie. It is the daily reality of the massive magma reservoirs lurking miles beneath the surface, where a 90-kilometer-long sea of fire waits for its moment to redefine the map of the world. Introduction. Human civilization exists on a thin, fragile skin of cool rock. Beneath this crust lies a realm that remains largely invisible to the naked eye, yet it dictates the fate of the surface. Scientists have recently focused their attention on a specific colossal anomaly, a magma chamber stretching nearly 90 kilometers in length, buried between 20 and 50 kilometers deep. This is not merely a pocket of lava. It is a vast, interconnected network of molten material, a subterranean ocean of fire that defies standard geological expectations. To understand this phenomenon is to understand the terrifying power of the Earth's internal engine and the delicate balance that prevents our world from being reshaped by fire. The architecture of the abyss. At a depth where the atmospheric pressure is thousands of times greater than at sea level, the physics of matter begin to change. Between 20 and 50 kilometers down, the boundary between the crust and the mantle becomes a staging ground for the 90-kilometer magma sea. This reservoir is a complex system of mush zones, areas where liquid rock and crystal coexist in a high-pressure slurry. The sheer scale of this chamber is difficult to comprehend. To put it in perspective, a 90-kilometer stretch could engulf entire metropolitan areas, yet it remains hidden in the dark, crushing depths of the lithosphere. This magma is fueled by the upward migration of heat from the Earth's core, trapped by the overlying rock until the energy density reaches a breaking point. The pressure cooker, a geological time bomb. The primary concern for geologists is not just the volume of the magma, but the accumulation of volatiles and pressure. As the magma cools slightly or interacts with the surrounding crust, gases such as carbon dioxide and water vapor are released but trapped within the liquid. This creates a pressure cooker effect on a planetary scale. The 90-kilometer chamber acts as a massive battery, storing kinetic energy over thousands of years. Scientists refer to these specific formations as time bombs because the mechanical strength of the Earth's crust has a limit. When the internal pressure exceeds the lithostatic weight of the rock above, the result is a catastrophic failure of the crustal seal. The movement of the silent giant. Contrary to popular belief, magma chambers are not static lakes. They are dynamic, breathing entities. The 90-kilometer sea of fire experiences internal currents driven by temperature gradients. Hotter, less dense magma rises from the bottom, while slightly cooler, mineral-rich material sinks. This constant motion keeps the chamber active and prevents it from solidifying. This constant motion also causes the Earth's surface to bulge and recede in subtle ways that only the most sensitive satellites can detect. These breathing patterns are the only warning signs humanity has of the massive power churning deep below. The threat of super eruptions. When a magma chamber of this magnitude reaches its tipping point, the consequences are global. While most volcanic activity occurs at a local scale, a 90-kilometer reservoir has the potential to trigger a super volcanic event. The release of such a massive volume of molten rock would not just affect the immediate vicinity. The injection of ash and sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere could block out sunlight for years, leading to a volcanic winter. This is why the study of these deep reservoirs is a matter of global security. Understanding the chemistry and the mechanical stress of the 90-kilometer magma sea is the only way to predict when the bomb might finally lose its stability. The scientific challenge. Observing a sea of fire 50 kilometers underground is an immense technical challenge. Humans have never drilled that deep. Instead, researchers use seismic tomography, sending shockwaves through the Earth and measuring how they slow down or speed up as they pass through liquid versus solid rock. The data reveals a terrifyingly clear picture of the 90-kilometer chamber. It shows a system that is far more connected and far more pressurized than previously thought. Each new discovery underscores how little we know about the forces that truly govern our planet. Conclusion: the 90-kilometer magma chamber serves as a humbling reminder of the Earth's primordial power. We live our lives on a stable surface, often forgetting that just a few dozen kilometers below, a sea of fire is boiling under incredible pressure. This silent giant, this geological time bomb, continues to grow and shift, governed by the laws of thermodynamics and the crushing weight of the deep crust. As science advances, we may learn to better monitor these subterranean furnaces. But for now, the 90-kilometer sea of fire remains one of the most powerful and mysterious forces of nature, a reminder that the world beneath our feet is just as volatile as the stars above. The beauty and the terror of our planet lie in this hidden heat, waiting in the dark, pulsing with the energy that once formed the world and could, one day, change it forever.